Hi, this is Darren Nakamura, solving one of the Sudoku puzzles that I have constructed. This is my most recent puzzle as of today, March 23rd, 2023. Built it tilted. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. Gray circles indicate odd digits. Digits on a purple line form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. That's Renban lines. And then digits in cages sum to the total given in the top left corner of the cage. So those are all sort of standard known Sudoku rules. And this one is where it gets weird. The cells indicated by diamonds form a 5x5 mini grid rotated 45 degrees. There are only 5 different digits in this mini grid, and digits may not repeat in each row and column of the mini grid, which are diagonal on the main grid. Let's start the puzzle and see what that means. So that's saying, normal odd digits there. Got some killer cages, and we have some Renban lines. But then the weird rules are these diamond cells. So that's saying, essentially, we have this square grid that has been tilted 45 degrees. And in addition to the normal Sudoku restrictions, I have to have only 5 different digits on here, and I can't repeat any digit along that diagonal, say, or that diagonal, or in any of these rows and columns / diagonals on the main grid. So the way to get started on this one is coloring, right? We don't know what the identity of the digits are, but we do know that each row is a set of 5 different digits, and then the next row is that same set of digits in some other order. The place to start on this one is actually this bottom row here. So I'm going to Roy G. Bivet, make that one red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And then with that, we can fill out the rest of the mini grid with a little bit of logic. The hardest part is the next step, which is to see, okay, how do I get more of this? And it's to look at that guy. So this cell can't be orange because it's in the same column of the main grid. Can't be green because it's in the same row of the main grid. It can't be yellow because it's in the same row of the mini grid, right, on the same diagonal. So it's either red or blue, but you can see it's on this Renban line with a red. You can remember the rule for Renban lines. They are a set of non-repeating consecutive digits. So this can't be red either. So that one must be blue. From here, we look at these two. This sees blue in its row, we'll say on the mini grid, orange and red in its box of the main grid, yellow in its row of the main grid, and so that has to be green. This one sees green, orange, red, and blue, so that has to be yellow. I think we can move to here. This sees yellow, blue, green, and red, so that has to be orange. This sees green, blue, orange, and yellow, so that has to be red. This one sees orange, red, yellow, and green, so that has to be blue. This now sees orange, yellow, green, blue, that has to be red. This sees, well, we just need to finish out that row of the mini grid, that has to be orange. This one sees blue, red, orange, green, so it has to be yellow. To finish out the mini grid, that needs to be green, that row in the mini grid. Let's see, these two need to be green and orange. The orange goes there, and the green goes there. These two need to be blue and yellow. The yellow goes there, and the blue goes there. These two need to be red and green. The green goes there, the red goes there. These two need to be blue and orange. The blue goes there, the orange goes there. And finally, just to finish out these rows, that needs to be yellow, it looks like, and that needs to be red. So now we know exactly where each of these different digits goes, though we don't know what they are. This is where you come to the realization that the odd digits are important. You can see the odd digits that are labeled. There is a red, orange, yellow, green, and a blue, and they are all odd. So those are 5 different digits that all have to be odd. And if you know the digits that are used in Sudoku, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, that's them. Those are the 5 digits. So all of these colored digits are odd. And we can then label where some even digits are. For instance, in this middle box, anything that is not colored is even. Anything in row 5 and column 5 that is not colored, that's even. We can do a little bit better in coloring the main grid now. You kind of forget the mini grid at this point. If you see like blue, blue, blue looking into this box, can't be yellow, so it has to be there. Same green, green, green looking into this box, puts a green there. Yellow, yellow, yellow in this box, puts a yellow there. And red, red, red into this box, puts a red there. And so now in all of the boxes, 2, 4, 6, and 8, we can fill out the evens because we have all 5 odds labeled. Okay, the next step is to think about the nature of a Renban line, specifically a 2-cell Renban line. Any 2-cell Renban line, because they are consecutive digits, you're going to have 1 odd and 1 even. So since we know this blue is an odd, we know that that must be an even. We know this yellow is an odd digit, so we know that that has to be even. And now we can do a little bit more coloring. For instance, red, red here puts red in this column in box 7, but we know red is odd, so it can't be there. And we see this red here, means it can't be there, so that has to be red. And we can, I think, trace red around the grid this way. So red, red, red's in here, red's not even, red can't go there, so red has to go there. Red, red here. Well, this is just Sudoku. We have 4 reds looking at it, so it can't be there. We have a red here. And though it's not crucial yet, you can see that these cages, these are all odd total cages, so they have the same property that the Renban lines have, where to get an odd total in 2 digits, you need 1 odd and 1 even, so that has to be even. More importantly, though, we can trace, I think, blues around the grid, starting here. Blue and blue, put a blue in there. Blue is not red, blue is not even, so blue has to go there. Blue, blue, there's a blue here, so blue's there. Blue, blue, there's these blues, which put blue into there. So I think that gives us all 9 blues. We can also get yellow and green, but we go, I think, in a different direction, so I might need to find that. Need to remember where that is. Yellows over there. Oh, no, yeah, here it is. So yellow, yellow. There we go. Yellow is not red, yellow is not blue, so yellow has to go there. Yellow, yellow, we don't know yet. Yellow's on that line somewhere, so that's not it. Yellow, yellow, yellow's there. All right, let's look at greens. Maybe that's where the next step is. Green, green, yeah, here we go. Green in this box. So we have green, green, green looking at it. So there. Green is not red, so green goes here. And then same logic as up here. We know green is odd, so it must be accompanied with an even in that cage. Green, green, green here. Green can't go there because of this green. So green's there. Green, green, green up here. These 2 greens. Put green there. All right, now yellow we can do here. Yellow, yellow, yellow here. Yellow is not green. Yellow can't go there because of this yellow. So that's a yellow. Yellow, yellow down here. Yellow's not red. Yellow's not even, so yellow's there. Also, same logic from before. That's got to be an even because it's paired with an odd in an odd total killer cage. And now I think we have, yeah, we have all 9 yellows, we have all 9 blues, we have all 9 reds, we have all 9 greens. The natural thing I think to do is to try and find the oranges, although I don't think you can get the oranges yet, but we can, at the very least, fill in some more grays. Like if you look at row 2, we have all 4 or all 5 of the colors, so we knew everything else in row 2 is gray. Same thing in column 8. Yeah, we have all 5 colors, so that one's gray. Same thing in row 8, got all 5 colors, so that one's gray. Same thing in column 2, all 5 colors, so that's gray. So those are all gray, and what we're left with is this pattern where we don't know. It's one of two things. You know, either the orange is here, which puts it there, which puts it there, which puts it there, or it's the opposite. The orange is here, which puts it there, which puts it there, which puts it there. The next thing to notice about this is that we've now filled in these funny ring bands. And even though they're 3 cells, so we can't do the same thing where we say it's got to be 1 odd, 1 even. We can see that these are 2 odds and an even. And so the nature of that is that it's going to be, on the number line, if you're increasing or decreasing, it's going to be a green attached to an even, attached to a yellow in some order. But we also know we have a yellow attached to an even, attached to a blue in some order. And because of this first, the big ren band, we know that this is going to be some variation of a blue attached to one of these evens attached to a red, and then there's another even on the outside on one direction. So we can kind of get a feel for where these are on the number line, where we know red attaches to blue, blue attaches to yellow, yellow attaches to green, and so those, in that sequence, those are all 2 apart. We don't really know yet where it starts or which direction it's facing, right? We could start with red being, I think, 1, 3, 7, or 9, right? If red were 1, blue would be 3, blue being 3 makes yellow 5, yellow being 5 makes green 7, and then that would leave orange to be 9. We could start with red being 3. If red were 3, then it would go up. It couldn't go down to 1, right? Because if we went from red 3 to blue 1, then this blue 1 to yellow would have no option. So it has to go up in this case. It has to go toward the center, I guess, in the general case. So if red were 3, blue would be 5. Blue being 5 means yellow would be 7. Yellow being 7 means green would be 9. And in that case, that would leave orange to be 1. The third case, if red were 7, this is now going down. It's going toward the center. So that would be red being 7, blue being 5. We already have that listed. We're now going downwards, so this would be 5 going to 3, and then 3 going to 1, which would again leave orange to be 9, and then the final choice, if red were 9, this would have to go down to 7. Blue being 7 would go down to 5 as yellow, 5 as yellow would go down to 3 as green, and then we're still left with only 1 or 9 in the orange. And so from here, this is where we can start to use our killer cages to do some solving. As a fun note, this 11 cage up top is not actually necessary to get a unique grid, but there's kind of a weird difficulty spike without it. So if you want to have a little bit of an extra challenge, just ignore this 11 cage, act as if it's not there, and you can still find a solution. But since it's here, I'm going to show it. If you see the 13 cage, I think is the important one, because this is going to tell us which direction is up, right? We know from here that our green is either 1, 3, 7, or 9. Well, being in a 2-cell 13 cage, we can't put a 1 or a 3 there. right? Because if we put a 1 there, we would need a 12 in this cell. If we put a 3 there, we would need a 10 in this cell. Those are impossible. So now we know green is only 7 or 9. So green is on the high end. If you remember, the sequence went red, blue, yellow, green. And so now we know green's on the high end, yellow is on the higher side-ish, blue's on the lower side, and red is on the low end. So we can sort of get rid of some options. So if this were 9, that would be 7. If this were 7, that would be 5. So that can't be 3 anymore. So that not being able to be 3. If this is 7, that's going to be 5. If that's 5, that's going to be 3. There's no way that can be 7 anymore. So that can't be 7. So if this is 5, this goes down to 3. If this is 3, this goes down to 1. There's no way that's 7 or 9. So now we have enough that I think I'm going to pencil in the whole of the grid. So reds are 1s or 3s. Greens are 7s or 9s. Yellows are 5s or 7s. Blues are 3s or 5s. And oranges are 1s or 9s. So the, well, we can also fill this out. So if that's a 7 or a 9 in a 13 cage, then it needs either a 4 or a 6 to get to 13. The next step is this 11 cage. So this is the easing. So, you know, skip ahead if you don't want to see this one. But you can see same logic as down here. We just can't put a 1 in this 11 cage, because if we did, we need a 10 there. So now we know red has to be 3. And that sort of sets the whole of the odd digits. So if red's 3, that has to be an 8 to get to 11. If red's 3, that means blue has got to be 5. And if blue is 5, that means yellow has to be 7. And if yellow is 7, that means green has to be 9. And if green is 9, of course, that means that orange is 1. Now we can do a little bit of cleaning up. This Renban is 5 and some even, and then 7. Right? Well, the only even digit that is adjacent to both 5 and 7 is going to be 6. Over here, between 7 and 9 is 8. Down here, we have 7 in a 9 cage. That puts a 2. And here we have 9 in a 13 cage. That gives us a 4. This 7 has to be attached to either a 6 or an 8 on the Renban. This 5 has to be attached to either a 4 or a 6 on the Renban. And then this 3, 5. So we don't really know where we are. It could be a 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be a 3, 4, 5, 6. We do know that there's going to be a 4 on there. And we do know that those are selected from 2, 4, and 6. But we don't know exactly what's on that Renban yet. I think at this point we have basically used all of the clues, and it just becomes a Sudoku puzzle. And of course, this is the part that I'm the worst at, but let me see if I can remember. So I think the 2 is where we start to look. So 2 in this box, right? We can't go there by Sudoku. It's not odd, and it's not adjacent to 7. And so we can get a 2 into that domino, which pulls 2 out of there. But also, maybe more importantly, in this box, 2 can only go there. And we knew in order to make this Renban line work, we needed a 4 on it, so it's a 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's got to be a 4. Let's see, that puts 4 over here. Don't know anything about that yet. Let me keep looking at my 2s. I think that might be the way to go, right? This 2 puts a 2 into there, which puts a 2 into here, which marries with this 2 to put a 2 into that cell. This 2 and this 2 in this box prevent 2 from being there, so 2 is into one of those 2 cells, which places 2 right there, which this 2 and this floating 2 means that 2 in this box can only go there, which fixes the 2 down here. All right, and I think we're left with, oh, this 2 can give us this 2 now. We're left with just this X-wing on 2s. Otherwise, we have 7 other 2s. Okay. Let's look at this 4. There's 4 in this box. Can't go there anymore because there's a 2 there. Can't go there by sudoku. It's not a 3, so it's in one of those, which puts it up here, right in that spot. And that's actually going to solve our oranges. So our 4 is an even. We're going to give that a gray. The remaining digit in this box has to be our orange 1. And then that's just going to go all around the grid, right? Orange can't go there. It has to go here. Can't go there. It has to go here. Can't go there. It has to go here. So those are all 1s. They're all oranges. The others are evens. Okay. I think at this point we have all of our odd digits done. 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s, and 9s. So it's all thinking about evens from here on out. Let's see. Well, this has got to be a 4-6 pair. This has got to be a 2-8 pair, and the 2 down here means that's the 8. That's a 2. Okay, I already messed something up. Sudoku, bad at Sudoku. This has got to be, sorry, there's a 2 and a 6 in here. This has got to be a 4-8 pair. And that doesn't give me anything. Okay, yeah. 4-8. Yeah, that was still true up here. That's a 4-6. Oh, well, this 8 is giving us 4, 6, 4, 8. This is a 2-6 pair. Don't know about that yet. This 2 and 8 in this column means that that has to be a 2-8 pair. Which means this has to be a 4-6 pair. We can see 4 is a line in these 2 boxes, so where does 4 go in the middle row? Can't go there, can't go there, has to go there. Oops. Which fixes a 4 down here, which gets me a 6 there. 8, the last one digit in that box, that puts 8 here. 8's here, put an 8 here, which gives me a 4, which gives me a 4 and a 6. That needs a 6. This needs a 6. This is what, a 6-8 pair, currently unknown. Oh no, this 8 is giving it to us. So that's a 6. That's an 8. That's an 8. That's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 6. This last box, this needs to be an 8. That needs to be a 6. And that is how you solve it. Thanks for trying it out if you did. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good one.